Welcome to Champion Minded, the podcast for those who aim for excellence, not only in the sports arena, but in life. My name is Allistair, author, speaker, mindset and performance coach, and my goal is to help you unleash your unlimited potential and provide you with the tools to achieve greatness. Are you ready to become champion minded? Then let's do this.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Champion Minded podcast, or welcome back to the podcast. I'm Allistair. In this week's edition of Champion Minded podcast, I'm going to be talking about competing. And I think the word compete can sometimes be misinterpreted. You know, it's a question I ask a lot of athletes: what does it mean to you to compete? And usually I'll get the same type of answers that competing is about fighting, competing is about never giving up, never quitting. Competing is about trying your best, working your hardest, and that is absolutely right. Competing has everything to do with your energy, your commitment level, not giving up, not quitting, etc. However, one of the biggest elements about competing is the fact that you are not only competing against an opponent, but you are competing against yourself. And let me explain. When you're competing to your maximum, and when you are committed to competing, you are all in. And what do I mean by all in? You are mentally, physically, tactically, technically, everything is all in. Getting back to what I started with, that a lot of athletes think that competing is just about the effort level, the commitment level, never giving up on a ball, trying your hardest. However, champion-minded competing is about the mental aspect as well, and that covers the attitude you bring. You're competing to be the best version of yourself every time you go out to compete. So it's not just about working hard, giving a great effort, never giving up, all those things which are connected to competing. It's about bringing your best self. And bringing your best self involves the right attitude, the right energy, the right body language, being coachable, especially when you're not playing well or feeling up to it, for example. That is what it means to compete. And the champion-minded understand this, that even you might be having a bad day, you're not playing your best. But when you are competing, even if you only have 70% there, you are still giving 100% of your fullness, of everything, all in again, competing to be the best version of yourself. In fact, I want to share with you guys a part from the Champion Minded book, and it actually comes from 293. I know a lot of the listeners out there have the book Champion Minded, which is always great to go to, especially when we talk about these things. So if you have the book, it's on page 293, and it's about how the champion-minded compete. Champion-minded athletes are 100% committed to the process. When the champion-minded compete, they are 100% committed. They are completely present and focused in the moment because they understand that this is what gives them the best chance to succeed. They don't dwell in the past. They don't worry about the future. They think and act in the moment. The champion-minded play freely and fearlessly. They have learned that playing with an outcome-based mindset impedes freeness and only attracts fear. The champion-minded compete hard all the time. Regardless of the opposition, they are always 100% committed to preparing and giving their best effort. No matter the score or the odds, the champion-minded always believe they can succeed. They maintain helpful self-talk and habits even in the midst of adversity. They know that if they're 100% committed to competing, there is no time for complaining. I'll repeat that last sentence. They know that if they are 100% committed to competing, there is no time for complaining. They hustle, they fight, they never give up. They are relentless. They give nothing away. They display no negativity or poor body language because they know it only gives their opponent hope. They are 100% committed and focused on the controllables. The champion-minded judge themselves on the effort and commitment they give, not always on what they get. All right, guys, so that's actually from the book champion-minded, and that really talks about what it means to compete champion-minded. That it's not just about effort, it's not just about not quitting, not giving up. It's about a full commitment to being all in, and especially from the mental part as well. Champion-minded athletes compete in the process. They stay in the process. They stay in the moment. They know that if they think back to a previous play or a previous point, or they're thinking in the future of what could happen, you're only attracting fear to yourself. You're not in the moment. Champion-minded athletes compete in the moment. They are present. They are right there. That next ball, that next shot, that next swing, kick, whatever it may be. Another thing, the champion-minded, they compete. It doesn't matter who they're competing against. They bring the same approach. They stick to the same routines. They stick to the same mindset. They stay focused. They're not determined. Their effort level is not determined by who they're competing against. They bring that same effort and intensity every time. They hustle. They fight. They never give up. They are relentless. You'll see that champions don't want to even give a point or a second or anything away. That is the way they are wired. They work so hard for what they've got that they don't want to give anything away. And you know what I see, guys? I see it all the time. You work so hard in practice. You work hard in your nutrition and your lifestyle and what I call the other 20 hours away from the court or the field or the track or whatever it may be. But you get out there and compete. Things don't go the way you expected them to, and that's a big word there, is expectancy. Is things don't go the way you wanted, and then all of a sudden it starts to crumble. Negative self-talk, negative body language, and one of the things I hate the most, complaining at the coach or complaining with your teammates. That is just an energy vampire. You bring nothing to your team if you're complaining and blaming and making excuses. The champion-minded compete all in, physically, mentally, tactically, technically. So guys, that's the message I want to bring today. Are you competing champion-minded? Are you all in? So guys, I hope you enjoyed that one on competing champion-minded. Next time you go out there and compete, I want you really just to think about this message. Maybe this is a podcast that you listen to before you get out there and compete. If you are playing in any competitions today or this weekend or wherever it may be, I wish you the best of luck and I encourage you to compete champion-minded. Remember guys, that this podcast is available on iTunes and on YouTube. Connect with me on social media, on Twitter, at Allistair McCall, YouTube, Champion-Minded, that's the podcast of course, Instagram, Be Champion-Minded, and on Facebook, Allistair McCall page. So remember guys, you were made for greatness, now go do the work. Until next time, stay champion-minded my friends.